criminal barrister Robert Rinder.
I don't know where this lies in terms of
Now he's ready to rule
how evil it is.
You're here to sue Alex today for breach of copyright, correct?
Yes.
You have an oatcake company, am I right?
Yes, that's correct.
So how are you going to promote them? I don't know. Were you going to run around half the country, half nude, screaming about oatcakes?
He's incredibly uncharismatic.
You're not going to have one?
No.
A promotion in dispute might be the most, like, British way of creating drama.
It's a novel way to persuade a judge to poison him. You decided not to discuss with him the fact that you were going to suddenly sell mugs with his picture, his image.
No, I thought it would have been a nice surprise. I was trying to help him.
A trip to Paris is a nice surprise.
Oh my god. It's so contemptible.
Wayne is in court to claim £4,500 after his image and company logo was used on merchandise without his permission.
That seems pretty fair. That's not very much money either.
Defendant Alex says he sponsored Wayne.
Well,
to face
it
his
is,
company,
but
and therefore owes nothing.
when you watch American shows, like, $900 million.
Have I got Wayne here?
Yes.
And is it Alex?
Yes.
Wayne, as I understand it, you're here to sue Alex today for breach of copyright, correct?
Yes.
At some point, Alex has taken what you consider to be your copyright and has sold mugs and various things with your image on it, correct?
Correct.
Without your permission.
That's right.
Now, Wayne, what's your job? What do you do?
I'm a van driver and a DJ.
You also put things on, is it YouTube?
How much money is he making from the oatcakes?
Put things on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook videos.
Do you make money from that?
No.
What sort of videos do you put on Facebook?
Everything and anything. I just cover various topics.
Right. I sort of
Fuck.
more in the
Is
middle
this me
or what?
describing my future
If I
career?
decide to talk about it, then I'll give my opinion on it.
Oh, I see. So it's your opinion about
Oh,
it.
so he's a complainer
Am I right
video
that you
maker.
also run a company.
I'm a sole trader.
Alex, how did you come to know Wayne?
Wayne had...
Which are a vital part of our internet
Like your
ecosystem.
oatcakes, you put cheese on them, for example. Am I right?
Yes, that's correct.
Right. But your oatcakes, you have an oatcake company. Am I right?
Yes, that's correct.
Tell me, what's different about your oatcakes?
He's not a judge, by the way. He's just a criminal barrister.
I brought you some oatcakes yourself.
Or a civil... I don't fucking know. He's not a judge.
First time for everything.
This is an oatcake.
Yes.
That's an oat... What?
Silly me. This looks like a sort of marriage between, as far as I can see,
He's
a
right.
pancake and a sponge.
True. That's not any oatcake I know of. I would not buy this product. Especially if it
How long has this been in here?
contained the likeness of someone
From this morning?
who did not give their permission.
Cake.
Yes.
That's not a fucking oatcake. Oh, this guy sucks.
It's not a cake.
I think he's married to... No, he's not married to Benedict Cumberbatch, but he was married by Benedict Cumberbatch.
The native to Stoke-on-Trent.
Native to Stoke-on-Trent.
Yeah.
So any
Or-
viewer of the
Or was it still
this
in the
Stoke-on-Trent would immediately
horrible
be able to
era where
see
you had to
judging.
do a
That's
civil
what an oatcake-
partnership
that's
if you were
what an oatcake
gay?
looks like. They're just different from the Scottish kind.
Correct.
This is such a bad country. It's kind of crazy.
Wrap in them. I mean, it's not really a
It
cake,
may be a
is it?
prison, but it's my fucking prison, okay? I'm not having any of you Yankees telling me how bad my country is. I can do that perfectly well myself, thank you.
Do you mind? Have a try.
Alright.
You're not going to have one?
No.
Your job is to taste the food, Michelle.
I'm fucking poisoning my paralegal, or whatever she is. This is not a real well, it actually is a legally binding situation.
A lot better cooked.
You're supposed to cook it.
Yes.
I'm thinking, like, how fucked you would be if you actually, like... How stupid would you have to be to have a real legal case televised and You have this goofy-ass guy, may or may not be following
Tell me that before I push him on.
all of the legal processes.
It's a novel way to persuade a judge to poison him. Perhaps you think I wouldn't give him judgment because I'd be in a coma. You've had this oatcake company, how long for?
4 years.
And despite their taste, is it very successful?
Yeah, it's proven successful. It's been established.
Alright, pay up, mate.
How did you become aware of Wayne?
Wayne made a video about oatcakes, obviously.
Where were you, Wayne, when
You made an
made this
oatcake video?
My van in Stoke.
Spent a lot of time in the van. You went to the disco. Now, you put these videos out, which are ostensibly your thoughts about the world, and lots of people watch them, right?
Yeah.
What's the most hits you've had for one of your videos?
About 3.9 million.
That's a lot
Ooh.
of people.
Yes.
Let's have a look.
It's not a cake. And because I was so baffled by it, I didn't.
Oh my god, I fucking soul read him.
To show you on oatcake is because you're gonna
Show me an oatcake, mate. I'm also miffed about this.
Right, with an ice bun, cheesecake, fudge cake.
Imagine, like, this isn't a court, but
Yeah, that's what oatcake is.
bit embarrassing, mate.
Madeira. Yeah, that's a cake. Look at this. That's a wrap.
Yeah,
That's a wrap. That's not a cake.
listen,
We blagging me for
love him or hate him, he is spitting straight facts.
thing is, I even waited for the woman who was next to me who had cheese and bacon, and they actually wrapped it like that, like a wrap. So it's a breakfast wrap. It's not a cake.
He feels very strongly about it, but
Very angry about it.
we take semantics and semiotics very seriously.
Shop for a cake and you got a wrap.
It's a big sign outside saying oatcakes, and I thought, I really want them cakes.
So people were very disappointed. Now, here's the thing. You posted that video. How many people, by the time you became aware of it, had watched that video?
300,000 maybe.
Now, that came to your attention, didn't it?
Yeah, and he got a lot of negative response.
People from Stoke-on-Trent may have found it culturally offensive to do down their regional cuisine, their regional dish.
Oh,
Yep.
so it wasn't popular.
If you offend the oatcake, it's like you're offending their children.
Is that right?
Do not speak ill of the
They're
oatcake.
mad, absolutely mental.
You became aware that this video had become popular and he was eating oatcakes. So you thought, given the fact you sell oatcakes, are you the largest seller of oatcakes in the area or a significant?
One of them.
So you got in touch with Wayne, right?
Wayne got in touch with me
Well, why did Wayne get in touch with you? How did he become aware of you?
because
Somebody kept tagging him. He kept getting tagged in all the comments.
Let's fast forward. People online were, as it were, taking the mickey, and they thought, wouldn't it be interesting to put you together with the owner of an oatcake company and that sort of
To
thing,
eat one
correct?
correctly. Yeah.
That's like a 3 out of 10 laugh.
As a sort of
Oh, this guy doesn't like the oatcakes.
of Stoke-on-Trent.
No, no,
But-
apology. I wouldn't apologise for it. 'Cause it's not-
I see.
I just want to do it
So
right
we're
and
gonna
eat
put
it
him on the
right,
oatcakes.
Well, how would you eat it before?
Hey.
like you did.
Oh,
That's
dear.
why I laughed when you done it.
Now I see where you're coming from. And what did you think?
No way these oatcakes,
Commercial
they
opportunity
can't be
you
that
think
bad, mate.
There might be as a result of the video that Wayne had posted online.
well, obviously with his following and good response, I thought he would have made a good front man.
Well, here's the thing. You've got someone online saying, this is not real, this is not cake, it's horrible, right?
Yep.
So why did you think that Wayne would be a good spokesperson for your oatcakes?
Well, Wayne asked me if he could do a video for me, and he did.
Wait, did
And I got
oh
a cracking response, what both me and Wayne did from the video.
How many people watched it?
300,000.
What did you do in that video?
Cooked an oatcake.
You cooked an oatcake together?
what a shill.
Just you?
Yeah, yeah.
Was it a happier experience?
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, yeah.
Before you did that advert, what agreement did you have in writing with Alex in respect of you being a front for his company?
No, it was just I asked him to send me some. You know, I want to try it properly.
So you made it free of charge?
Of course, yeah.
Well, you say, of course, you're doing an advert for a business. And at some point, there was some sort of promise about what?
He's kind of real for this,
I'd promote
Rinder.
him as the front
Um,
of my business.
I think adverts should be taken more seriously.
Disagreement.
There was that old
Handshake.
fiasco where
Here's the
like
thing, Wayne.
Phil
He's a
Lester
businessman of a
had
not
to
insubstantial
plaster
business,
his video
but
with advert because he was doing an advert for Oreos. And that's fair enough, I think.
Advertising, and because of the talent.
It's not just sponsored, it heavily determines the nature of the video.
Now, when you were an
And when it's
artist,
someone who is
advertising
significantly more trusted
but
than
you've got
media
nothing
personalities,
in writing about A, what you would be paid to do that, and B,
regular media
what Alex
personalities
would
maybe.
give you in return for you doing that. Do you understand?
Yeah.
After he appeared in this video, which you produced, yes?
Yeah.
You put on your Facebook site.
That's correct.
300 plus thousand people watched it.
Yeah.
What percentage increase did you have in sales, roughly?
Around about 10 to 15%.
15%.
Holy fuck.
When Wayne produced that video, his
Advertising works, huh?
as well, so it worked both ways.
I agree, which is why you didn't put things in writing.
You know,
Mistake.
this
can't
show
believe
is
you get
very
this
bad,
case,
but
Tell
the
me
legal
about the
cases
copyright
are real and kind of
Why are you here
interesting.
today?
The agreement I've got with Alex is to do with me promoting him and taking Polbies everywhere I go.
No, you've got nothing in writing. So how are you going to promote them? I don't know. Were you going to run round half the country, half nude, screaming about oatcakes? What do you mean by the word promote?
I wouldn't put him past it.
Basically, everywhere I go,
You can tell they're
myself
mates.
Online,
Are they mates?
Polbies play a big part in advertising me on
The
my,
company,
my
right.
CD pack.
You can tell in a lot of the videos that it's just two
I can actually recommend it
two mates having a laugh,
the Polbies
and they're
outcomes.
like, yeah, we'll split the cash afterwards.
And because of your public profile, you became this company's, as you describe, ambassador. And so you were required, according to, as I understand it, Alex, to wear the clothes and to have something on you.
This is why you never sell out,
advertising.
kids.
Yes, it's a bit like when Lewis Hamilton drives around and on the back of his car he might have advertising, that sort of thing. That's what you meant by promotion. What happened?
I've got my own brand. My Wayne Scott
Separate of
Fox.
this, what's your brand called?
My company's called Wayne Scott Fox, where I sell my own snapbacks, my own hoodies, my t-shirts.
What about mugs?
I have got mugs as well.
This was before this agreement.
Yes, it's all online on my own shop, which is available to all my.
And this was in respect of other.
Is he trying to
videos
promote
you
it?
posted. So
Yeah.
people got to know you before the oatcakes for other things,
yeah.
and you would sell, I don't know, things like Van Man screaming about the poor quality of milk or something.
Maybe, yeah.
Right. Has that got anything to do with oatcakes? This new sportswear.
No, nothing to do with alcohol. It's simply my own business.
Right. Okay. And it had nothing to do with this.
No.
Now let's fast forward. What are you suing Alex for today?
He's released a mug,
So, 13 minutes of
Have
background.
a look. Do you mind, Michelle? Thank you.
a picture of me and my name on.
I did not like the excuse that it would be a pleasant surprise.
I see. This is a picture of you. Promotional material, which you say by your admission you
Bad
agreed
bit.
to wear, right? You have a gentleman's agreement
And
you
I
agreed
do
to wear.
think
You have
probably
claims
copyright
that
infringement
you
if
put
he,
on a mug
Wayne took the photo
Sold for profit.
and it's of his likeness.
in terms of merchandise, you had no agreement. You agreed to promote his company, but you had no agreement in respect of merchandise.
None whatsoever.
And you separately had a company which was selling merchandise, nothing to do with his company.
Yeah.
And therefore, taking your
Is it
image
4,500 quid?
as a
I
breach of
don't
your
think so.
copyright, correct?
But
You don't
like,
own the copyright to that photo.
give him 150 quid and stop selling the mug, and then you got a deal.
Did you tell Wayne that you were going to be making mugs with his image on them before you did it?
No, I thought it would have been a nice surprise.
A trip to Paris is a nice surprise.
Paris.
We have fun in the courtroom.
Why didn't you tell me the
But though this is a very serious environment.
Why didn't you tell Wayne that you'd made mugs with images that he took of himself? Why didn't you tell him that? There's a cap as well that you're selling, right?
Yes,
My picture.
Yes, I see that. You took that.
That is
picture.
very reasonably priced.
he supplied me with that picture as well.
So as far as you were concerned, it was your
For Eton,
copyright. You had
not
the right
else.
To sell a
Now
picture
is?
he'd taken,
What?
right?
Is
Of
that a
yourself.
fucking...
Yes.
Yes.
I forget where the
You were
oatcake
aware,
was
certainly,
from.
because you'd had a discussion where he was previously selling unconnected merchandise himself.
Yeah.
That was his business. You sell oatcakes, he sells merchandise in addition to driving a van. you decided not to discuss with him the fact that you were going to also suddenly sell mugs with his picture, his image, even though it was in direct competition with his business, and he took those photos. You didn't tell him about that because it was going to be, I'm putting it in big, a nice surprise.
A nice surprise.
This is serious.
Coming next.
But who was going to
But
benefit from
it's
selling
not
those
so
mugs?
serious that it deserves this music.
You!
Oh my god.
That's not a partnership, is it? So how was he going to benefit from it? I'm selling mugs
I
in
think
your name.
the
There's no
van
partnership.
man just wanted to make some extra cash.
Wayne is in court to claim £4,500 after his image and company logo was used on merchandise without his permission. Defendant Alex says he sponsored Wayne to be the face of his company.
Alex
and therefore
is
owes
like, mate, it's not that deep, is it?
I was trying to engage my customers with Wayne and bring them over.
Guys, I'm gonna move my
to Wayne to
microphone.
become Wayne's customers.
Well, hang on. The people that are your customers buy oatcakes. He posts things online and sells caps and mugs, correct? So why was there going to be... Why was there going to be a commercial marriage between the two of you?
I do like the tss.
Right, but who was going to benefit?
Very
from
effective
seeing
way of
those
shutting someone
mugs?
up.
You!
Me.
That's not a partnership, is it? So how was he going to benefit from it? I'm
That's
selling
kinda true.
mugs in your name. There's no partnership. What you think, in addition to having an oatcakes mug,
Uneasy
there might be
alliance,
something-
perhaps.
I'll buy something from him as well. Perhaps I'll use his van or his services as a DJ.
Or buy your CDs. Which some of them have.
Someone in the comments figure out whether or not his music bangs
Has it increased your business sales a lot?
From
and send them.
Yes.
I can't answer that. I
course you
wouldn't
can't.
know. I wouldn't know.
Right, Wayne. What do you say the damages are here? And it's very difficult, and it's really up to me to come to an assessment of it.
True.
But it's quite clear he's used an image of a photo you took without telling you, sold mugs when he knew you were
Like,
also
where
doing the same thing.
is
So
the
it's quite clear
material
he didn't tell you
harm
because it was a surprise,
that
because he wanted
comes
to keep
from
the
this?
money, right? Right?
Probably not very much.
Obviously.
He's clearly okay to be associated with this oatcake brand.
Roughly a few £1,000s.
His copyright has been infringed.
I've got an invoice here
An invoice.
from when he purchased the mugs and the cups.
We use the same company.
Right, but that doesn't
And he's
help
not making any money
does
from
it?
the sell of his copyrighted image.
About it now that you're in the mood to tell the truth.
So 4,500 quid may not actually be that unfair, now that I think about it.
I got calculated.
Plus his oatcake dealership.
£2,527.50.
£2,527.50. And how much is it per unit? How much is a mug?
£6.
It's not just the mug that was the problem.
We've got difficulty here. Let me explain what the difficulty is. I have to, in the event I find there's been a breach of copyright, look at what the damages are and what you would have been entitled to. And I have to come to a calculation and assess whether or not it's in a value range that I can deal with. Do you understand? So I know that there were hats and various other things that he sold.
So he's legally limited.
Excuse me.
Produce hats with my logo on the back, my trademark logo.
Let's have a
which is
look.
on my clothing, which is what I brought to show you. When I encouraged the sale of these hats,
You do
it was
make
just-
these oatcakes, right?
Yes.
It was just a Palby's one that I've decided for him to make, but that is identical.
WSF is your brand. Have you registered that brand? Henry?
It's in the middle of being trademarked.
It's in the middle of being
Yeah.
trademarked.
Okay.
That's his trademark, or it's pending. This is something that you sold, correct?
If it's pending, then isn't he's kind of owned, is he not?
Why do you say you're entitled to sell a product which is Wayne's copyright?
As it says on the website, these
Fuck, man's got receipts.
by Wayne Scott Fox.
That's good.
Yeah,
You've alerted. That's right.
Yeah.
You've alerted the purchaser that it's Wayne Scott Fox who effectively owns the copyright. So you came to a commercial agreement with Wayne over there.
Yep.
And therefore, I have no problem because Wayne will be able to tell me exactly what the agreement was between you, given you were selling them, and it was his copyright, as to how much Wayne has received. How much have you got for the hats?
Nothing.
Nothing? How many have you sold?
About 250.
Price per unit?
£5.
That's very reasonably priced.
He sells them for £5. Each item costing £5.42.
To buy?
Yeah.
How much do you sell them for?
£8.
Why did you tell me £5?
Uh-oh.
Oh, to buy in.
Uh-oh.
No.
Uh-oh.
Was it? Did you try and mislead me as to how much you sold?
Maybe a little bit.
Do
You
the
know,
difference when I ask you a question as to how much
diminishment.
it costs to sell? I asked you that question and you gave me an answer.
£8 per unit.
Why did you tell me £5?
Because I thought you meant the whole time.
Because I'm a fraudster, Judge Rinder. What is his title? Does he have a title? What a shit... Did you see those notes? What a shit set of notes.
No, you didn't.
Oh my god, that cannot be real. I'm screenshotting that as the thumbnail. Fucking awesome.
Anything you'd like to add? Wayne, you had a business that sold hats, that sold mugs. Also, you took an image of yourself. You weren't made aware that that image had been taken by Alex and used for him for his own commercial advantage. That was your copyright. You were entitled to use it. And what's more, copyright extends to artistic things, regardless of what I think of them. You understand? Now, in the circumstances, you tell me, Alex, that you took that copyright because you thought it would be a nice surprise. Shocking!
Oh,
I find that wasn't a surprise.
not a very good
I
show,
thought you
I must admit.
tried to conceal
But
that
okay,
you were making a
in
profit.
terms of, it's one of the better, I think, UK daytime TV shows.
Circumstances, therefore,
At least the canon ones. This is definitely a canon one.
be recompensed. To what extent? He's entitled to the profit that you made. Bearing in mind there's no
The most
delivery
evil
of
by
the
far
package,
is Can't Pay Will Take It Away.
50-50.
By far?
Ostensibly,
There is
amounts
those
to a
gambling
theft.
shows that
Theft of
are
an image,
disguised as quiz
a
shows.
theft of his logo, which is a copyright.
Pointless
and
is a great
what's
show.
more, a
If
theft
we're
on the
to,
face of it of products
is
that he was
Pointless,
selling.
yeah,
Now,
Pointless is daytime, I
you're
think.
He could also sue for further damages. He could, for example, put a value on the business that he lost as a result of you selling mugs instead of him. He doesn't invite me to do that. Therefore, the court is able to award you the profit that Alex made, which comes with
But anything extra?
£270.
He made $2.5 grand?
You stole that copyright. You knew you shouldn't have done it. He's given you a substantial commercial advantage in your
Can I
business.
contest that?
No. And therefore, the court awards you £2,270.
You know what? That is...
And 44 pence.
There's like, there should be some kind of penalty for the time wasted, but that is about as just outcome as you can get. So I assume what they do is get the most easy piss baby cases they can.
Wayne was awarded £2,270.44 of his claim. Let's find out how both parties felt about today's ruling.
I wasn't expecting Alex to be so admittant to what he'd done, but he was.
So they're not mates. They really aren't.
And I'm chuffed a bit with the outcome.
I was trying to do him a favour. You know, I like Wayne.
This guy's kind of a wanker.
I thought he would have benefited from what I was doing.
The guy in the background
I'm sure he has.
does not have a real job.
He's not going to tell me that, is he?
I think it's just one of those situations where it went further than what it should have done, or where it could have gone, where it could have been sorted out a lot earlier. You know. But I'm not
Is it, was that dude security, or is he like, what? Why is he there? I'm just sadly handling the oatcakes, like, fuck, this is my life.
Coming next.
How does it feel to be here today?
Terrible.
Bringing your niece to court over money?
Yeah, didn't want to.
Sometimes you have like genuinely fucking
She needed a what?
difficult ass emotional stuff. Oh, Jesus.
What a delicious ho-ho-ho.
Aren't I so great?
and Malcolm are in court to claim £4,762 from their niece for 3 outstanding loans plus interest.
Alright. I wonder who is in the right legally.
Defendant Sam disputes the amount owed and says the interest should not be
Oh.
included.
Why?
Have I got Pam here?
Yes.
And Sam? Yeah. How gloriously rhyming. That's a happy start.
Ugh.
Who are you with?
Awful.
Who's this extremely festive-looking gentleman?
I'm her husband, Malcolm.
Malcolm?
Yeah.
There you are. So now, Pam, if you're concerned, if you want to sit down at any point, put your hand up. All right, do you need a stool right now?
Please.
Splendid. Can we get a stool? Thank you.
Oh. Oh, he's the he's the fake bailiff.
Malcolm, and Pam, you could sit on his knee and say whether you'd been good that year.
Oh, look, I don't know. We have fun.
When family bring family to court over money, it usually means something's gone horribly wrong.
No
In the
shit.
case of it, this was a straightforward matter. Pam, you lent Sam some money on 3 separate occasions, which I'm going to hear about. And Sam, your reply, to being very fair to you, is, I may owe some of this money, but there is an issue about whether I owe the total sum of the money and certainly the extent to which I owe any interest on that money. That's it in a nutshell. Let's go to you, Pam. How does it feel to be here today?
Terrible.
Bringing your niece to court over money?
Yeah, didn't want to do it. But I think she needed a reality check.
She needed a what?
A reality
A
check.
Rinder check.
A reality
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Same thing.
He's so uncharismatic, it's kind of crazy. Say what you want about Gordon Wanky.
You
He's
don't go around
got
lending
some
money. Can I ask you,
aura.
I'll be 69 in July.
saved up all of your working lives, always worked? Now, before we get there, I'm going to ask you a little bit about Sam, because on the face of it, from what I've seen, Sam is not fundamentally, before all this started, a bad person.
No, she's not.
By any stretch of the imagination. She's always had a job.
Imagine
In fact,
saying that shit in a real court.
until relatively recently, correct?
Correct.
What was your job, Sam?
Car sales.
Now, Pam, Sam comes to you one day and asks for money.
We had a phone call in January of 2014 and that Sam was behind with a rent. She was expecting a baby at that time.
She was expecting a child, and what did she say to you, Pam?
That she was a couple of months behind with her rent
Right.
and she wanted £800 because she hadn't got any money at all.
You remember that conversation?
Rough.
Yeah.
I can't get to the bottom of it, but you seem to have an emotional connection to Sam, which I don't really understand. I'm reading between
She
the lines.
reminds me of my daughter. I lost a daughter in a car accident in 1996.
Unlucky, mate.
Were they roughly the same age?
Oh, that's fucking
Is
rough.
there a sense that
She reminded me very much of her, and I absolutely adore Sam, and I love her to bits. I just want to put my arms around her and love her. But I just think she needs a reality check.
well,
A Rinder
let's
check.
see if we can get one. Now, Pam, the first loan, which we've heard the back.
You're welcome for the peeking.
The original request was for £800, and you were in absolute financial dire straits.
Correct.
You were expecting a child.
Mhm.
What did you do, Pam? What did you say?
Well, Malcolm suggested that we up it to £1,000.
We've gone through hardship in his lifetime of working and such like. We know what it's like to call on people for money. And if she's 2 months rent arrears, she obviously needs more for other things as well.
In respect of that first sum, the £1,000, what was the agreement at that time that you had with Sam for her to pay it back?
This chair
That it was just
is
a loan.
very
We
creaky.
couldn't afford to, just give money out willy-nilly.
How long did she have to pay it back?
Why didn't she just go to a payday loan
At
company?
that time when you lent the £1,000, did you have any discussion in respect of that first amount of money about interest she would pay back? No.
We didn't expect any interest whatsoever on any of the money. We didn't want to put any hard and fast rules.
Understandable. Now, I've got the transfer, and just to be absolutely clear, you provided me with evidence. She came to you for a second sum of money. When was that? Roughly.
February.
I think it was around about February time.
February.
So, less than a month later. How
Yeah.
much of the first £1,000 had Sam paid back when she came to you for a second sum?
Nothing.
When did you borrow £500 from Auntie Pam?
Didn't.
Well, actually, I think it was around about the February, late February.
Is this part of your claim here today?
Yes.
Yeah.
I need to know.
Well,
whether
there's a
Sam-
rift.
What are you doing? Is that
Sorry, it's just a nervous thing I do. Sorry.
a little sort of you get nervous and you do an homage to
Do
Donald
little
Duck?
noises.
Now, Sam.
I hope he's like
Do you
a
remember
decent
borrowing
person off camera.
£500? You never received £500 from Auntie Pam and Uncle Malcolm,
No, I've received £1,000 from them.
which is accepted.
Yeah, but not 500.
What about this second amount of money? Pam, Malcolm, what evidence do you have of this second sum of money?
Well, we couldn't find the paperwork from the building society where we withdrew the money from,
Because we drew it out of our ISAs.
but we drew it out in cash.
Now, there was a third amount. Now, despite Sam not having paid you back for the 1,500 you say she owes, but certainly the 1,000, we're now in February. You would have thought that there comes a time where...
I
as
really
generous
hope
as
she
you
is
are,
not like
and as lovely as
over
you are,
500.
Malcolm, you say, no more money for you, you're cut off, even if you've been very good that year. Did you do that?
Nope,
She came to you for more money, right?
Yes.
not exactly.
Oh, some contention
No,
between
not
husband
that-
and wife.
No,
There are you, Pam, you say yes and you say not exactly.
No, originally she wanted us to stand as guarantor for a loan, which I
Exactly.
Yeah,
pulled out
that's
of
fair enough.
because of the heavy interest rates that she was going to.
Incur.
Oh yeah.
So she told you, niece, that she was going to go and borrow money from one of these high-interest loan companies.
Yeah.
And if she defaulted
Exactly.
on
What's the problem with just getting it from a 400% APR payday loan company?
We
Now, at the
yes.
time, when did she come to you?
That would be April. We discussed it, didn't we?
Oh, that's
And we
not a long
decided
stretch of
that,
time.
We would help her out for a final time.
How much?
£3,000.
Ooh.
Now, here's the thing. It's £1,000, no money back. £500, according to you, no evidence for that. But it is what it is. Not paid back.
But one of the things we
She comes
thought
to you, she comes to you for a further sum, and you say, after some discussion, I grant you, here's another 3,000. Do you think that that was a sensible thing to do?
Yeah, that's kind of a lot of
Well, we
cash.
didn't want it going anywhere else and getting into so much debt with other people.
What if
Oh,
did you get in writing?
with the like fucking
Sam drew up this agreement.
horrible shit.
You drew up an agreement?
Sam did.
It was
This is all Sam's.
because initially when I asked for the 3,000, sorry.
Look.
Ugh. I don't think I like her very
Tell me
much.
about this email. This is a very interesting email, Sam. It's not an agreement, this is an email, really.
Yeah, correct.
Is this the only evidence you've got? And just assume for argument's sake it's very helpful. Pam.
It seems
Malcolm, is this the
kind
only
of
evidence you've
important.
Got that there was a loan between the two of you.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I'm now going
Sorry
to
about those noises.
Coming next.
Would you like to rethink whether you
This
really
is
prefer
one
£500?
episode, by the way.
Perhaps you've remembered it. She lied, she tried, and she cried.
Ugh. He's so bad.
Pam and Malcolm are in court to claim £4,762 from their niece for 3 outstanding loans plus interest. Defendant Sam disputes the amount owed and says the interest should not be included.
I'm going to go through this email. I want to make sure that you've got it. Can you read it from there?
Yeah.
Splendid. We're going to read it together. It's so revealing. This is why I love
I would
papers.
usually want to
It comes
ask for
live.
3k in
Generally kept this
person,
people
but,
out.
you know.
Yes. Good afternoon, Auntie Pam and Uncle Malk.
Yep.
That bit's good. Please find below the agreement we made for the loan of £3,000.
Ooh,
So far, it's a loan.
1500.
It's accepted. You've used the term and accepted it was a loan. That's very helpful as far as your uncle and aunt are concerned, because without that, they would have been in real legal difficulty. If you ever lend
That's a
money in the
pretty
future,
damning
what are you going
document.
to do? Put it in?
Right.
Don't get any court
family.
jazz hands otherwise.
It was family.
I love the fake laughs.
Let me tell you,
I trust my family.
trust is a wonderful thing, and it's very important between family. But I see these cases all the time, and this is exactly what happens when people don't get agreements in writing, because in law, when you lend money to a family member, a judge is bound to presume it was a gift, unless you've got something in writing to the contrary. Happily, very unusually in this case, Sam has provided the evidence. Now, the agreement we made for the loan of £3,000. Now, here's the thing. You accept you borrowed £1,000. You've accepted that to me. I borrowed £1,000, Judge Rinder. I'm an honest, decent woman. Why then does it say, plus the outstanding £1,500 that I borrowed in January? Just...
And
we saw
Ayub.
this before. You told me that you have no memory of getting a further £500. Correct. You accepted taking the
I don't know if
1,000.
that's a honest representation of the situation. If I'm being
Black and
honest.
white, clear as day, telling the truth to me. Saying that you borrowed 1,500. Now that you've seen this again and had an opportunity to walk out of the cul-de-sac of moron,
Oh my god.
do you want to rethink your answer, because it would be terribly unhelpful to your case?
Okay.
And I think lots of your replies on...
You have you.
Would you
Oh
like to
my god.
rethink
She doesn't get it, I feel.
£500?
Did she not borrow, what is it, 4,300? 3,000? The difference between 3,000 and 3,500.
No.
Yeah, 500 quid.
Not it.
But you have...
I asked you a question.
Why?
The question was,
What?
whether you
What
borrowed
gambit is this?
£500. You stood there and you said no. No, Judge Rinder, I did not.
Yeah.
When someone
It's
says
like-
no, I take them at face value. It's a representation. I had this before, and I had a waft emanating from the bench over there. Do you understand the waft?
The waft of lies.
This isn't going to be resolved unless we're honest with each other. Be honest to me. Otherwise, do you understand the waft infects my judgment?
The waft of lies can often be damaging to one's legal
If you
case.
recall getting £500 in addition to the first 1,000. Or would you like to say, John Rinder, I wrote that because I remember getting £500.
Okay, I remember getting £500.
Oh, you're so stupid. How? What were you thinking?
£500. I wasn't being entirely honest with you, Judge Rinder, but I am now, and I feel so much better about it.
Okay.
What was the plan?
Oh, I know, I'm right. I'm always right. That's not the problem. I need you to say that. Your aunt needs to hear it. Your uncle needs to hear it.
Sorry, Auntie Pam. Sorry, Uncle Malk. I will pay you back the money.
Now, let's get to the
And I'm very
3,000.
sorry, Judge Rinder.
This other part of it, because this is important. Monthly repayments you refer to, and it says
I am
4,500 is borrowed.
Reformed.
Fine.
This is Reformed UK.
You then create the terms and conditions for the loan. This is not you.
Okay.
As I say, and I repeat myself, it's rare, but it's true. You would have been in real contractual difficulty.
I would realise that.
Monthly repayments you offer.
This is such a rubbish case.
£143 per month over
What's in his ear?
36 months.
Is it a...
And that
Is it a
equals
wart or a microphone? What is it?
£5,148 in total amount payable.
It's
In other
really
words,
bothering me now.
This is you offering not just to pay back the principal sum that you owe
But the
Auntie and
interest
Uncle,
as
and
well.
interest.
Correct.
Apart from anything else, I wouldn't have known how to work out 5% interest over 3 years.
I understand that. You're not a bank. You just wanted the money paid back.
Yes.
You wouldn't have charged her interest.
No,
No.
no.
Wait, did she like offer to pay interest and then say, no, I don't owe you the money at
I
all?
complained about Auntie and Uncle not getting things in writing, but when you got into some debt with your niece, things improved considerably, correct? Because you compiled a spreadsheet.
The spreadsheet.
You're
is
fucked if the opponent has a
You know
spreadsheet.
what a spreadsheet is?
No, what's and when she paid. In the 1st of July, she paid £143, which went into our account. Again on
Mate,
the 1st of
that
August,
just looks
£143. Then
inarguable.
September, October, November, December, January,
Nothing.
nothing.
Yeah,
1st of
not
February and
much
the 1st of
being paid
March.
if...
How much has been paid in total? £386, according to you. You say you're required to like £500. Do you have any evidence of that?
I don't know.
I'm going to take 386 then.
This might be the most boring
Normally do this. I need to
UK daytime show.
This is not an ordinary case. Do you understand? You see what pain she's in
I
here.
can hear it, yeah.
Yeah, she's not taking this seriously.
Had to get through.
I don't like her.
You understand? There's not that moment.
What, okay.
You can look as well.
Uh-huh.
You don't want to.
No, thank you.
No, that's not a that doesn't look great on national television.
I'm not angry at all.
What?
I'm embarrassed,
You're not angry?
but I'm not angry.
You had a huge amount of love for your niece, for reasons which you've told me about. Your daughter will never be replaceable. Ever. But you remember your cousin, and you knew full well how and why Auntie and Uncle thought you were just a little bit special. Initially, Sam didn't want to admit that she'd borrowed a further £500.
I still do not get that gambit. 500 quid versus...
She tried, and she cried.
Oh,
That's the rule of thumb. Now she admits before me, based upon the material that I've seen...
what were you
she borrowed
thinking?
that further £500. And so I'm able now to come to a determination that she took that as well. And based upon what she supplied me with,
Like,
there was a
as
legally
fake as the
enforceable
show is,
agreement between them.
it's...
That's the
These are
principal
real
sum,
people with real legal
and
cases.
£500.
And when they cry, they're crying for real.
Reply,
And so you put a
what's
camera in
fair
front of
for
them.
Sam is that there's an interest amount owing as well. Now, I will not be awarded
It's
that
not
interest.
quite
So you will get
despicable.
your principal sum minus
It
the
is
amount owing
definitely
the funds to be paid
exploitative.
back, which is £386.
Especially when you have this goofy ass motherfucker cracking shit jokes and everyone in the audience either clearly bored out of their minds or laughing.
Get things in writing in the future. I hope you can move forward. That's the award of this court.
Thank you, George.
What's the award? The award? Oh,
The judge awarded Pam and Malcolm £4,118
yeah.
of their claim.
That's
Let's see how
a
both
fair
parties
bit of
felt
dough.
after the judgment.
It's not so much the case of the money, even though we can't afford to lose that amount of money. It's more a case of trying to help Sam to face things.
They got awarded their money, which rightly so. I owed them money, I borrowed money, I didn't pay it back on the agreement. So, but now they've got the money.
I just want to
Reformed UK. Fuck. I
just
feel
like to
so
find the
bad for them.
gospel, please. A lot's happened in the last 12 months. A lot's been said. A lot of messages have been said.
You know, but at the end of the day, it's family, and, you know, we're a very tight family, and I shouldn't have done that, but I'm good now.
What we've done for you because we knew what hardships you were going through.
And we care for you. And we just want to put you back on the right road.
Thank you.
Oof.
Is as it should be.
There's not a problem.
There's no
As far
problem
as
with
we're
us.
concerned.
no problem whatsoever.
She's welcome in our house anytime.
I just think time's the best healer.
Terrible show. I don't know how it fares. It's not that evil, but it's pretty bad.